All right, welcome to the Strategic Insights Podcast. My name is Andrew with Strategic Information Group. We're here at the Henry Hotel at the Midwest User Group. I'm lucky enough today to be joined by a partner and a customer, and following up from a really good podcast we did not too long ago, Andy Weinstein from ISS Group. How are you doing, sir?
I'm doing well, Andrew.
And we've also brought with us Dennis Rausch from REA. How are you doing, Dennis?
Good.
VP,
good to be here.
VP of IT. So, gentlemen, as we look at following up from the original podcast, we said we should get together sometime and find a customer that's utilizing your products to discuss, how they're utilizing them and what benefits it's giving them. And since you're here at the Midwest User Group and presenting, I thought it'd be no better time than now to ask what brought you here, and so we can educate the community on what you've got going on.
Sure. Yeah, well, REA Magnet Wire has been a longtime customer of QAD. I think our implementation was almost 30 years ago. And over that time, there's been a lot of turnover in staff. So in order to keep new people inserted into what's going on in the QAD community, we found that it's helpful to get some new members to show up to the spring and fall conferences. So that's what I'm doing. There's, at some point I'm ready to hand over the torch to the next person, and it's time to get other folks from REA inserted into the loop and make the connections that I've been able to make over the last 25, 30 years.
Absolutely. The user community is a great place to stay informed, as well as, like you said, educate that next generation that you have lined up to support your organization.
Yep.
So what are both of you presenting on while you're here at the user group?
Well, terrific question. REA has been using our solutions for many, many, many years, starting with a solution we used to call API Gateway, which was pre-QExtend, pre any integration with QAD, and it was a tool, a platform to integrate stuff with QAD. So REA has been using that for many, many years, and they maybe about 5-10 years ago they decided to implement our iPurchase solution, which is our purchase requisition management / approval solution, and that's gone very well as well. More recently, we have embarked on developing a new solution using our iApprove product. And iApprove product is similar to our iPurchase product. iPurchase is for specifically purchase order requisitions, approving, turning into QAD purchase orders. iApprove is for more generic processes, such as approving CapEx requests or expense requests or budget requests. And the new workflow we're working on is creating sales orders. And that is a process from taking in a PO from a customer of REA's. Those POs come in primarily via email and PDF. We take that PO or that PDF and we scan it through a product called Unform, another partner here at the conference. And that Unform takes that and creates XML out of that. And then we import that XML into our iApprove product. And the sales order may or may not be routed for approval. There are a number of reasons why a sales order would need to be routed for approval. Maybe the customer ordered a product that REA doesn't sell, right? And it needs to be routed to somebody to say, what the heck did the customer order? Or maybe they order something and it's a $1 million sales order. Somebody wants to eyeball that before they start allocating inventory.
Okay, so it's got the logic built in.
So it has the logic built in, and it routes it, and upon final approval, we will create a sales order in QAD. And so that's the workflow process that we're talking about. And Dennis could certainly talk about the volume of sales orders that come into REA that are going to be using this kind of solution.
So before we get into the volume, what would necessarily be a minimum volume you think this would be applicable for a customer? Because I know REA is probably going to have a large volume that you're solving.
I would say if they have one sales order coming in via PDF, they need the solution. No, I'm only kidding. I'm only kidding. I don't know the answer to that, Andrew. It's a good question, but I know REA's volume certainly warrants it. There's no question about it. It's an interesting solution that we're utilizing our iApprove. Our iApprove solution has been used for many different types of workflow processes throughout the community. Abbott, as an example, is using it to put inventory lots on hold and then release inventory lots from hold. I'm hoping REA finds other uses of the iApprove solution. This is just the first solution we're talking about here. And so we're very, very, very excited about it.
So I'm assuming you've got a very high volume then.
Given our preference, we would like our customers to interact with us using traditional EDI. And we certainly have some that do, but the markets that we serve aren't necessarily as sophisticated as others who can use EDI. So then we got to find ourselves meeting the customer at the level that they can operate. So they are comfortable sending us purchase orders through email, and generally they're PDF attached documents. So while 20% of our volume or sales order lines might be traditional EDI, that still leaves a large percentage that could be processed through this sort of process with Unform and iApprove. And so we've completed a proof of concept, and we're looking at those customers where it is repeat business, and we'll take their purchase orders, map that PDF document to XML, as Andy pointed out, and then we can start putting our rules in place that he mentioned, say, oh, we can accept that just as is. We've seen it before, we know what it is, passes all the tests, and it flows right in. And then the other percentage would be routable to somebody who needs to make a decision. Perhaps this is the first time for this size of wire that we're making, and or it's on the fringe of our capabilities. You have to get an engineer involved to say, is this a go or no go? So we're looking forward to applying the iApprove logic to those inbound documents. And yeah, I think it'll make a big difference for the sales order entry team.
I've got to imagine the air proofing alone that it's going to offer you, let alone you're talking reduced amount of effort. So they're going to be addressing the things that are outside. So you're basically supporting by exception to some degree.
Yeah.
And that process automation, I'm sure they're loving it. Obviously, that's a manual task right now.
Yeah, absolutely. I think when you can manage these standard business processes and manage them by exception, then it really shifts a lot of the workload off of those order entry folks, and then you can steer them to doing other things that are helpful that the customer would appreciate as well. Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah, I think it's interesting that you're addressing the keynote of this speech here this morning by Carter was regarding about the people and the process, and you're addressing that, and it's also now the core of the ERP as well.
Yeah.
So it's nice to see that it's flowing through the partner community and as well being addressed that you're looking at business need, and that solution I can see working for a lot of different
100%.
areas than just this one piece.
Absolutely. Very excited about it. Very excited.
Obviously, you've been a long time customer. How long has it been back? With the first product you mentioned
Oh
was...
gosh, API Gateway has to go 15, 20 years.
Or 25, yeah.
Long time.
Maybe not the very, very beginning, but I think at least 25 years we've been engaged with ISS Group with one product or another. And yeah, Andy's staff is just amazing, very responsive, and we've always enjoyed working with your company and found like they've been an excellent partner for us over the years.
Yep. And I appreciate you using the word partner. As we look at this ecosystem, it really is about making partnerships, and they're long-term partnerships. Right. They're like a marriage in most cases. 'Cause, think about how long you've been with your ERP. You've also been with Andy as long as you've been in basically QAD.
Really, yeah.
So it's a great relationship we see. Mm-hmm. Well, I wanted to thank you both for coming today, because I thought it's very important as we were at the event and you're speaking on the use of this product. We tie this in. This is why we help our customers. We gap fill. We make sure that we help them automate and stay current. And it's good to hear it run full circle. Yeah. So thank you for your time today, Dennis. I appreciate it. And Andy, always a pleasure.
Andrew, thank you.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.